So, a new TCG Premier exclusive archetype has come out, and yeah, everyone is talking about it, and people are saying it's not that great. But I'm gonna hold out hope that it might actually have some sort of potential here. This is Warrock, so Caveman Yu-Gi-Oh has officially come to Yu-Gi-Oh in the form of an archetype, it seems. But let's just jump right into it. We have actually quite a few cards to talk about for this archetype. The first card, the first card here is Warrock Fortitia or Fortia. I'm gonna call it Fortitia. It's an Earth Warrior, level 4, 1700 attack, 1700 defense monster. They're all Earth Warrior monsters, so that's something that we're going to be talking. I'm just going to be excluding that for the most part. They also have this. They all have the stats are pretty much straight across the board the same. Like there's 1700, 1700. Like there's one with 1900, 1900, all that stuff. But let's just jump right into the archetype. If your Earth Warrior monster battles after damage calculations, you can add one Warrock card from your deck to your hand, except Warrock Fortitia. Then, all Warrock monsters you currently control gain 200 attack until the end of your opponent's turn. So we have a battle-themed warrior deck here, which isn't dead on arrival, but it's going to need a lot of future support to even make viable. I think in the current day Yu-Gi-Oh. Luckily, it's a warrior type, so that immediately gives it a bit more viability than most archetypes released that are battle focused. But it's going to be a bit of a steep incline for it. If this card is sent from your monster zone to the graveyard by an opponent's card effect, you can special summon one level 5 or higher Warrock monster from your hand or deck. You can only use each effect of Warrock Fortitia once per turn. I think they all have this thing. I have read one and it had the same effect, but I'm not actually sure, to be perfectly honest with you. I did read the 1900 attack monster, and I think that one actually has a lot of potential to be pretty decent. But yeah, this is kind of an interesting card. I'm not sure if you would actually play multiple copies of this card. Maybe you play like one just because it's a name, and also the effect might actually go off every once in a while. The 200 attack boost doesn't really make that much of a difference in the grand scheme of things. But yeah, it's fine, I guess. The second card here is Warrock Gactos. It's a 1900 attack, 1900 defense. If an Earth Warrior monster is normal summoned to your field, you can special summon this card from your hand. That's actually pretty good. This is the one that I already read, so I'm already pretty dispositioned, and I already think this card's actually pretty good. If this card is sent from your main monster zone, to the graveyard by an opponent's card effect, you can special summon one level 5 or higher Warrock monster from your deck to your hand. Same thing, I guess. I really didn't need to read this, but I think the fact that this card works with any Earth Warrior monster, so you can play like Marauding Captain and then like go into like a Link 3. It's pretty good. It's a Marauding Captain is already a one card Assault anyway, so having extra benefit off of your Assault is pretty good, in my opinion. We have Warrock Skylar is an Earth Warrior monster with that's a level 6 with 2200 attack and 2200 defense. It gains 100 attack for each monster your opponent controls. Okay, so 500 at maximum. That's not going to be relevant in the slightest in the grand scheme of things. During a battle in which your Earth Warrior monster battles, quick effect, you can target one level 5 or lower warrior monster in your graveyard, special summon it. Also, all Warrock monsters you currently control gain 200 attack until the end of this turn. Also, for the rest of this turn, you cannot attack directly with level 5 or lower monsters. That kind of doesn't make any sense, considering the fact that the 1900 attack monster is pretty good, and giving it more attack would be nice, but I don't know why they have this restriction on why level 5 or lower monsters can't attack. I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense to me. This effect seems like it's pretty lackluster. It seems a little too slow for what it is. It works only during the battle phase in which an Earth monster battles. Earth Warrior monster battles, which isn't going to be all the time, by the way, because you're probably going to be playing Isolde, because this is a warrior deck. I don't understand it. I just don't get why this card is like this. Yeah. Warrock Opress is an Earth Warrior monster that's a level 5. The picture is level 5, but it says down here it's level 6 with 2100 attack and 2100 defense. If you control no monsters, or all monsters you control are warrior monsters, you can normal summon this card without tributing. That's actually not bad. Not going to say that it's actually pretty good, because I think it would be much more optimal to special summon this card, because if you already control a warrior monster, likelihood you already normal summoned it, or you already used your normal summon to get there. If your Earth warrior monsters battles after damage calculations, you can send one Earth warrior monster from your deck to the graveyard, except Warrock Opus, and then all Warrock monsters you currently control gain 200 attack until the end of your opponent's turn. So they all have this theme where they could just like either special summon themselves, special summon level 5 or higher Warrock monsters from your deck, or they have the ability to kind of buff their own monster, or buff the entire archetype across the board until the end of your opponent's turn by a measly 200 attack. I think in some world there would be a time where enough buffs like this would be actually kind of okay, but I think for the most part you're really not getting anything out of it other than the buff. Sure, you get to send a Warrock monster. You get to send an Earth Warrior monster from your deck to the graveyard. I'm not sure if there's any Earth Warrior monsters that you can feasibly send that would actually be decent enough, but it is what it is. I'm not sure about this archetype already. I like the 1900 attack monster. I think that one's actually pretty decent, but for the most part, it's kind of lackluster so far. Warrock Basileos is an Earth Warrior, level 8, 2700 attack and 2700 defense. During a battle phase in which your Earth Warrior monster battles, quick effect, you can activate this effect. This card can attack directly this turn. Also, all Warrock monsters you currently control gain 200 attack until the end of the turn. Sure, that's kind of okay. Being able to attack directly for massive amounts of damage is okay, I guess. I don't really understand why that's a thing, considering the fact that the level 6 restricts level 4 or lower monsters, or level 5 or lower monsters from attacking, so you're really only going to be able to attack with this card and the level 6 monster, because Orpus is level 5, not level 6. So I'm not really sure. While this card is in your hand or graveyard, when your Earth Warrior monster is destroyed by battle, you can special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. That's actually not bad. That effect is actually pretty decent, not gonna lie. Being able to special summon this card off the effect of an Earth Warrior monster dying, which could be pretty much anything, is pretty good. This is far better than the other two cards that we just read, but it's not that much better. We have Warrock Mountain, their field spell. When this card is activated, you can add one Warrock monster from your deck to your hand. That's pretty good. At the start of the battle phase, if you control no monsters or all the monsters you control are warrior monsters, you can special summon one Warrock monster from your hand with a different name than the other cards you control. If your warrior monsters if your warrior monster would be destroyed by battle, you can send this card to the graveyard instead. So this field spell is actually pretty good. It's pretty good in the fact that you also get to add a card, but also you get to special summon another Warrock monster from your hand if all the other cards you control are warriors. So if you just have just random warrior on board, you could just special summon a Basileos or the 1900 attack monster for basically free. It's pretty good. I think it's actually nice. Definitely a staple if you're going to be playing this deck. A Warrock Ordeal, a continuous spell. You can only control one Warrock Ordeal. Okay. When this card is activated, place 3 counters on it. Oh boy, one of these things. When your Warrock monster destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you can remove 1 counter from this card, and if you do, draw a card. If the last counter has been removed by this effect, this card is sent to the graveyard. Yeah, this card seems like it's really bad. It's a really slow draw. It's really reliant on your opponent's monster being destroyed by battle by specifically a Warrock monster, not an Earth Warrior monster. Not an Earth Warrior monster, but I'm really confused. I don't think this card's very good. And we have this card. I guess it sort of fits with this whole warrior archetype, so we're going to read it anyway. Reinforcements of the Army's Troops is a continuous spell card that when an attack is declared involving your warrior monsters, you can special summon one level 4 or lower warrior monster from your hand. This card is actually not bad. It's a little slow because it requires you to attack into a monster, or if an attack, an attack has to be declared on a monster involving your warrior monsters. So, it's a little slow in that it has to work in the battle phase, but giving you an extra set of monsters, it actually isn't too bad. But I'm just not really impressed with this archetype. I like this guy a lot. This guy seems pretty good. Basileos seems pretty good too, and the field spell is actually pretty insane. I actually really like this field spell a lot. But for the most part, I think this is probably going to fall by the wayside. This is not going to be very good at all. I think from the way that this is looking, this is an ultra rare and this is a secret rare, so big yikes if you guys are opening Blazing Vortex boxes in the future and you open any of these cards, because these cards are probably just going to be pack filler fodder, so sorry. But this card's actually decent too. This card right here is straight bad. The level 6 is actually straight bad. The level 5 is okay, and this one right here is okay as well. I'm not too impressed with this archetype, to be honest. So yeah, if you guys did enjoy this video, please leave a comment in the comment section down below. I'll see you guys in the next video. This has been All Things Entertaining signing out. Man, what a really weird, awkward archetype we have here.